Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time if you are new. We are back with a trailer reaction on the channel today, and that is the official trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu. This is the movie that is essentially capping off the Mandalorian era of Star Wars, and I'm pretty excited for the movie. I enjoy the show quite a bit. Now, do I think that Disney strategically released this trailer right now in an effort to boost their currently plummeting stock price in the wake of some political scandals at the moment? Yes, I do think they did that because they are losing a lot of money at the moment. Not to get like super political or anything, but like currently Disney, ABC made a choice to take someone off of the air for a comment that they made at the behest of the US government, which is a blatant First Amendment violation, and their stock price is cratering at the moment because of it. And so it's definitely possible that they released this trailer to counteract that. That being said, I like Star Wars, so I'm going to watch this trailer. So, sorry about getting a little political there, but we're going to jump into this. Before we do that, if you end up enjoying my reaction, leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see full uncuts for anything I watch on the channel, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. But yeah, otherwise, let's jump into the trailer. Here's my little guy. Is that Babu Freak? Sigourney Weaver. Forgot she's in this. You just wanted some snacks. Zeb.
Impressive.
Oh, I don't think we've ever seen that species in live action. Damn. I still hate the name of this movie. Forged for IMAX.
Good shot, baby.
Hey! Oh, I love that Babu Freak is in this. Okay, I have positives and negatives. One. Well, let me start with the negatives first, just to get those out of the way. The title still sucks. I'm sorry, but like naming the movie The Mandalorian and Grogu is the most corporate slop bullshit imaginable. Right, like everyone like that has seen The Mandalorian and like the show and just knows who these characters are. Like you don't need to name it The Mandalorian. Like we know who's in the movie. Like the title of that is purely for all of the masses who may not otherwise see this movie, but they're gonna see, oh, Grogu's in this? The Mandalorian and Grogu? Well, now I have to watch it, right? Because everyone loves Baby Yoda. Like, the only more corporate thing they could have done is if they named it The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, right? Except they didn't want to go against their own, like, naming scheme where they technically named him Grogu. But still. The title of the movie sucks ass. Like, that is awful. My next bad thing, usually when a movie is coming out, and it's like a movie, like, that kind of spun off from a TV show, or, like, the TV show is doing a movie, like, I don't know, just for reference, like, Disney original channel, or Disney Channel original movies that, you know, spawned from shows, typically, not always, but typically had a much higher production value than the show itself. Like, so much more money went into the movie than the show. From what I can tell, the production value has stayed the exact same. Now, that isn't like a massive, massive downside because, you know, in today's age of television, a lot of television shows are kind of marketed money-wise and shown as more like premium television. Like, they're television shows that are meant to have the quality of films. And I would say, in general, for the most part, The Mandalorian is a premium television show. Like, most of the time, it has premium quality visuals and things like that. So, not having a drastic jump up in quality isn't as severe, but, you know, in terms of like even every other Star Wars film we've ever seen, it is a marketed step down in terms of its production quality, from what I can tell based on exclusively this trailer. But at the end, it did say it was made for IMAX, so maybe it'll have better vision. I don't know. Like, typically IMAX films, it wasn't filmed in IMAX, that's one thing for sure, but it was made for IMAX, it's a technical distinction, but it is different and it does make a quality difference. So yeah, visually it's not a significant jump from the actual show, but the show still generally looks good. So, you know, what have you. And okay, and then my third my third down is a political one. So if you don't care to hear me talk about politics, so you can skip ahead, that's fine. But based on what they showed in this trailer, literally no plot details in this trailer whatsoever. It was basically a highlight reel of just shots from the film. Right, like this was not a typical trailer. This was like a teaser, but even like less than a normal teaser. Like it wasn't super long. It definitely feels like they found 40 shots from the film that were relatively close to being done, and they were just like, okay, finish these shots so we can put out a trailer. Or those were the shots that were already done, but like zero plot details. I mean, that's not necessarily a negative, the zero plot details, because most trailers that don't give away the plot of the film are actually a lot better than trailers that do. I hate trailers that give away the entire movie. You know, you basically feel like you watched the whole film without actually watching it, but it feels very clear that they have not completed like post-processing on, say, like Pedro Pascal's voiceover or really most things in the film. I mean, this movie comes out next year in like May, so they are maybe at the very beginning of like post-processing on this film, and it very much indicates that the only reason they put this trailer out right now is to counteract the entire Jimmy Kimmel situation. Now, for those of you who may be unaware, you're probably like, wait, what Jimmy Kimmel situation? You're living under a rock. But to give you full context, sometime last week or the week before, a prominent right-wing podcaster named Charlie Kirk was shot at a college campus, and most evidence that has come out has shown that the person that did it was, at least at minimum, raised in a very Republican household. Straight white man. I don't know if they're straight, but white man. You know, the signs of someone who would agree with that type of thing. Now, we don't know all the details, so I don't want to like speculate on their motive or all these, like, we don't have those details yet. But immediately following the death, again, one thing I didn't like Charlie Kirk. I thought he was a horrible person, but he absolutely did not deserve what happened to him. But in response to that, a lot of Republican politicians and Republican influencers and things like that used what happened to push some very anti-trans rhetoric, some very anti-LGBT, some very just like pro-right-wing propaganda. And Jimmy Kimmel made a statement in his show, just kind of calling that out, being like, hey, like, people are grifting off of this tragic incident. And because of that, Donald Trump and the FCC pressured Disney / ABC to take Jimmy Kimmel off the air, right? They're like, we want him gone, remove him from your platform, otherwise, the federal government is going to step in basically, and I think the exact quote was, we could do this the easy way or we could do this the hard way. And the implication was that the FCC would cause issues for Disney going forward, especially since Disney currently has a very large merger / purchase happening with the NFL, right? Could possibly run into issues with that, with the federal government stepping in to stop that. Same thing happened with Paramount when they got rid of Stephen Colbert. They had a merger that was happening, Paramount and Skydance, and they removed Stephen Colbert at the behest of Donald Trump because otherwise they weren't going to approve that merger. That was, even the Stephen Colbert thing, they said it was because of ratings. It was clearly not because of that. It was clearly from pressure from the government. That also is a First Amendment violation, basically. But with the removal of Jimmy Kimmel, it was much more obvious and blatant, especially when they used the exact words of, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Jimmy Kimmel, his show basically removed from the air, canceled indefinitely. From everything they know, it's just like done. Like, they're not coming back. They were moving all of their hardware and equipment out of the studios. So that happened. And then Donald Trump tweeted or put a post on Truth Social essentially being like, hey, we're coming for Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers next. Like, if you talk bad about me, we are gonna revoke your licenses to, distribute television, essentially. And yeah, so a lot of people saw that as Disney basically capitulating to a corrupt government, engaging in blatant First Amendment violations, and people have been canceling their Disney Plus subscriptions en masse. Like, celebrities who work for Disney, Mark Ruffalo, Tatiana Maslany, Florence Pugh, like big names in that work for Disney, that are part of Disney's biggest properties, going to their social media being like, cancel your Disney Plus subscription. This is autocrat behavior, authoritarian dictator type stuff. And Disney is just, bending the knee for it and just letting it happen. And so that has caused Disney's stock price to absolutely crater over the last few days. I think in the last week, basically since they made that decision, I think Disney has lost at least $5 billion in market share, which is kind of crazy considering their like deal with the NFL is like a $6 billion deal or something like that. So they're losing a lot of money, like a shit ton of money. And I'm pretty sure Jimmy Kimmel is getting ready to sue them for violating his First Amendment rights. And that's not good. So Disney is losing a shit ton of money at the moment. And even the top comment in the comment section with at this point, over 20,000 upvotes compared. Most of the comments in the comment section that I'm reading are maybe at a couple hundred, maybe 2,000-3,000 upvotes. As of this second, as I'm recording this, the top comment has over 20,000 upvotes. And it says, Disney execs, everyone stop talking about Jimmy Kimmel. Look at the shiny new Star Wars movie. Like, it is blatantly an attempt by Disney to stop the absolute free fall of their stock prices. And that is evidenced in the quality of the trailer and the quality of the movie in general. Like, it does not look done. It doesn't look finished in the slightest. I mean, the shots that are included generally look pretty good, but not like movie quality good by any means, and probably not, to the quality that they would want them to be for the finished product. And then the edit of the trailer itself, lots and lots of quick shots of different things happening, not giving away even the slightest amount of plot of the movie. Some movies, a good trailer will give away maybe like a very loose outline of the film, or like maybe like 5% structure of the film. It gives away nothing. The only thing that it gives away is that the Mandalorian is in it, Grogu's in it, Sigourney Weaver's in it, and Babu Frik is in it, and that's basically it. So yeah, it's a very blatant attempt by Disney. Now, I am not telling you to pirate this film when it comes out. That is not advice that I am giving you, but it is an option if you are someone who likes Star Wars and wants to see this film, but does not want to currently support the actions of a corrupt government. That option exists to pirate this film. Again, not what I'm telling you to do, but it's entirely possible if you wanted to cancel your Disney Plus subscription. You don't have to see this movie in theaters. You could just watch a cam rip or an HD version when it eventually comes out. It's an entirely possible thing that you could do. So just putting that out there. But okay, so now that I've talked ad nauseum about the negatives for this trailer, let's talk about some positives. I'm generally still excited for this film. I know I talked mad shit for 10 minutes just there, but I like The Mandalorian. I think it's a good show. The quality dipped a little bit in season 3 with, that whole Jack Black Lizzo episode was not the best. I generally still enjoyed that episode, thought it was fun, but it is, when you look back at season 1 of The Mandalorian and the tone of that season, and then look at that episode, you're like, damn, things have shifted a little bit. So yeah, but generally still a top quality show. I like it a lot. I like Star Wars a lot. I liked The Acolyte. I thought it was banger. The lightsaber fights in The Acolyte are goated. I liked Ahsoka. Ahsoka kind of runs into the same problem a little bit that The Mandalorian later seasons have in this movie, where you can tell it is all filmed in the volume. Like, almost none of it is like practical sets. It's all just filmed in front of giant LED screens. So that is unfortunate sometimes. You can tell that the production quality is not always there, but I still enjoy it because I love Star Wars. So I'm still excited for this movie. Like, I'm still going to watch it. I'm not going to see it in theaters. Usually what I'll do for movies when they come to theaters is I'll buy a ticket for it to support the film, and then I will wait until it's actually out on digital, and then I'll watch it on digital so I can have my reaction for the channel. In this instance, I will not be buying a ticket to the film, again, because of the political stuff. I don't want to support those actions. I'll still be watching it when it comes on digital. Haven't decided if I'm going to do that via the high seas or not, but I'm still going to watch the film, and I'm still excited about the film. And there's a couple things in the film that really excited me beyond just enjoying Star Wars, enjoying The Mandalorian. Number one, Babu Freak. Babu Freak is my favorite Star Wars character of all time. And yes, I'm fully aware of how stupid that sounds. It is, he's not cool. Babu Frick is not like a cool character that you're like, yeah, that character is a badass. It's just a dumb comedic, like a character that's purely there for comedic effect in the sequels. I think he's only also in the last one, the worst one of the sequel films. But he is, like, from the very first moment that he is there, I fell in love with him. And then when he arrives in that final battle and he's just like, ha ha, like, oh, let's go, Babu Freak. He's goated. And so having him in this film, or at least just his species, is incredible. The stupid letter is like, nice shot, baby. Like, love it. He's goated. I love him. I will support Babu Frick till the day I die. But then the other cool, actually cool character and cool thing in this movie is Zeb. We saw Zeb at I think in season 3 of The Mandalorian. I think, yeah. Or maybe it was in Ahsoka. It might have been in Ahsoka. He was at a bar. And Dave Filoni was there, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we saw Zeb in live action, goated. Love Zeb. He's from Rebels, if you don't know. Zeb is an incredible character, voiced by Steve Bloom, I'm pretty sure. He's so cool. And seeing him fight in this trailer was rad as hell. Super excited for that. I love Zeb. Super pumped to see him throw down with some dudes in a hallway. Like, that's just going to be sick as hell. But yeah, I'm excited for this film. I'm a little bummed that this is Star Wars' return to the theaters, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah, The Mandalorian's great, but, like, do you want, like, since the sequels, do you really want your first theatrical experience back to be The Mandalorian? Like, what? I guess, but whatever. I think people were hoping for something a little bit more epic, a little more grand scale, or a lot smaller scale, but still like cinematography wise epic. There's the Star Wars origin film with James Mangold set like 25,000 years or something like before Phantom Menace, and then there's the Starfighter film that's coming out starring Ryan Gosling. There was the Daisy Ridley film that was going to be coming out, but I'm pretty sure that's at minimum stalled production-wise, potentially canceled completely because of some script issues. That's another problem that I've had, a massive problem with Star Wars over the last 10 years is, the sequels came out, and I think they had, I enjoyed the sequels. I had a fun time watching the sequels. The third one is not a good film. The third one is bad, but I still had an enjoyable time watching it, which, it is what it is. It was entertaining. It wasn't a good film. But, the sequels came and went, and then Disney and Lucasfilm has probably announced, I'd say, 15 films since then, and none of them have come to fruition. Not a single one has come out. They've all, and these announcements, they weren't like, hey, we're in production on this. It was just, hey, we've, hired a director, we've hired a writer, we've hired people to write and direct these films, and, we have the not the title, but like the general synopsis of what this film is going to be, and we're announcing it. And they announced it publicly, like at Comic-Con and D23 and stuff. And then in the 10 years since then, absolutely none of them have come out. Some of them have been straight up canceled. Some of them have been, soft canceled. The Patty Jenkins Star Wars film, basically soft canceled, but someone said, I think I saw somewhere that they had restarted production on that, which is kind of crazy. The Rian Johnson trilogy that was announced, I don't know if that's been canceled or what, but it hasn't come out yet because Rian Johnson is writing and directing Knives Out movies like crazy, and people love Knives Out movies, and so they're like, you know, I'm totally fine with him just keeping doing that. That's fun. But I think he's technically still hired to write and direct a trilogy of films. A Taika Waititi one was announced. I'm pretty sure that's canceled. The guy that was behind Lost, that was initially like started up and then canceled. Like, just so many different Star Wars projects have been announced publicly and then shuttered within like 2 years. And so people have been waiting a long time for a new theatrical Star Wars film to come out, and now the first one coming out is The Mandalorian and Grogu, with the worst title imaginable, maybe marginal visual upgrades from the show, and it's basically just like, you know, an extended episode of the show, and people are like, what the fuck? Like, but yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for the film, but also not excited just because of a lot of outside context, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm probably gonna get a lot of downvotes on this video just because of, you know, the things that I said in it. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna change my viewpoints to, you know, garner points with Star Wars fans. So that's just how it goes. But those are all my thoughts on this movie and this trailer. Definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm very curious to see how you feel. Otherwise, if you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see full uncuts for anything I watch on the channel, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. You just sync up your own copy of whatever I'm watching and you can watch along with me. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.